He's just trying to farm, man. Come on, Arteezy. No quarter given. Out comes the Chain Frost. Some damage on Arteezy, but he'll just tomahawk that one off, and they even get Sync you.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
AG, I mean, they've got to be feeling really good here right now this series. They've dismantled Sonics 2-0. They're about to do the same to LGD. Whatever they did in their boot camp has certainly been working out for them. They look almost unstoppable right now. And there's a black hole as well up from Nightfall. Out from the trees with Roots. Surprised they had nothing to say. Oh, a little bit of HP he's going to be living on. Gets off as well. A really good coil, and he'll make it out alive.
Very nice. They didn't have Unleash up, so not enough damage there.
So, spell wasted there. Maybe a potential opportunity now for LGD. I mean, Pi, if there's any time to go, I'd say it's now. No Chronosphere, no black hole. Sure, you're without coil, but with whatever farm that Almay's managed to muster up, I think it's time to call him to arms.
Yeah, they're smoked up.
And they go, but it's Fly. That's not the target that they're looking for here. Crit is well ready to counter initiates, but it looks like they should be able to get through Fly. Nightfall wishing he had a black hole right now with 4 heroes surrounding his Enchantress, but ultimately can do nothing but watch.
Okay, Arteezy is here, 3 seconds to Chrono.
And that might be
They
problematic.
Caught crit.
Yeah, and that might be crit going down as well. Silence, he shall die.
They have a Doom
and a Doom
on
onto
Abed.
Abed. Oh, but the Chronosphere, it's only going to catch 2, but Ame has been caught by it. Arteezy not finding many bashes, no like here for
he's
him.
dead, right?
And now even Arteezy in an amount of trouble and killed off. 4 dead. They get Abed as well there. Pi.
That's
okay.
huge. Actually, a slight breath of hope there.
Some breathing room at least for LGD. They're still, now there's still some pretty far behind, aren't they? I don't want to sell them down the river. That was a great move, and I'm sure they're going to be very relieved to have gotten those 2 core kills, right? But they're still facing a 7K net word lead, and unfortunately, it's not quite in this Roche window.
Yeah,
But
no, for sure.
it's a start.
I mean, even the thing with their lineup, even if Roche is up there, unless they have like what 30 stacks on Slark,
Yeah,
it's quite hard to kill.
That's a keen observation. We'll take another look at that fight, though. This one kind of just felt like a little bit save your body syndrome here for Evil Geniuses. Just too keen to fight.
Now, because they know how far they're ahead, right? So crit is kind of baiting. Like, come on, guys. Like, there's no way they can do this. But then they... Yeah, I'm wondering in the back there. Yeah. Faith Beyond is just patient. He sees Abed and he catches him.
Nice shove there for Faith Beyond. That's a nice good bit of bounty for him. Does seem a lot closer to this BKB. That'll be a significant item. I'm going to say as well, with the Blink Dagger, is going to enable him to cut waves. He gets that one off of that last fight. And even look at Ambe. He's finally got a real big item, right? He disassembles that Echo Saber and turns it in, or uses that Ogre Axe, pardon me, for his Ag Scepter. So now double pounce, which now does apply a little bit of essence on every single successful latch. So it does help you quite a bit in these fights.
Yeah. No, he's almost the most farmed hero on the map, which is something you need in combat games. You need one guy who like to carry the hope or whatever, like someone to carry you. And then the rest just have to land your spells.
Exactly. I think the only issue is I think LGD fights kind of need to go like that for them. Kind of one at a time for this Slark, because even with, the 3 essence now on Pounce, like, he's still a hero that wants to go 1v1, through the entire enemy team. Not quite, 5v5, where he doesn't really get to click on everyone a couple, dozen times. Like, the fights want to go long. They need to go long for this Slark to feel really impactful.
No, for sure. And they're gonna have this problem because Enigma is gonna finish his BKB now.
Yeah.
And maybe they can get a killer on crits.
Yeah, making the coil. Nice to
he's living a long time,
He is living a while, and Abed's in now. Nothing to say. Wants to commit for the kill, and in fact, maybe Abed in some trouble. But careful here, Arteezy looking for a bash on. Nothing to say. He's got no spells because of time dilation as well. The cooldowns, the bashes. Arteezy with the kill on a nothing to say. That'll stop LGD's aggression in its tracks, and even a D-Rune spawning in the river. EG could look for an aggressive move of their own here if Arteezy spots that one, and they will.
LGD are here smoke though. Doom is ready.
I think Arteezy, he knows something's up. Okay, D-Rune's gonna
going in.
Invisible as now Ame in
no mana for black
as well, and now the Doom prevents the black hole from coming, but Arteezy's just a little bit too scary here. Chain Frost with the Axe Shard now from Y, just not doing enough damage and bouncing on over to the Eidolons. Great micro from Nightfall, as Y is going to die for that attempt.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they doomed for nothing there, but it was a decent attempt. Could have worked. He got the Wraith Pack down, which was huge.
Yeah,
like, it reduces the damage a lot. And now Roche is up.
Yeah, they do kill crit, but Nice positioning there by RTZ, and yeah, that 1 point in time dilation, man, so valuable. The cooldown progression slow, it's super punishing there. Just absolutely no chance for it. I was about to say, there's still 2 seconds left. Where's the phase shift? Where's the phase shift? No chance.
Yeah.
So I believe that's Ag Shard for RTZ, right? He consumes that. So now he's got this little slide whistle time walk that he can use. Helps him in these poking and prodding matchups when LGD are a little bit already on edge from, to be honest, basically prior 25 minutes.
Yeah, but at least LGD, they've kind of completed their basic items here, right? Doom has BKB now, BKB Blink actually, and Primal Beast has his BKB.
True.
Slark is decently farmed.
I
Puck
think
has managed to scrunch up some net worth, so they can fight back now.
I think Lich is even decently happy with a shard, right?
Yeah,
To be
no, for
honest,
sure.
400 gold is it's something for him. Oh, but trouble for nothing to say. There's a black hole at the ready, and Nightfall, he's gonna go ahead and let this one go. Abed as well this time won't blow up a balloon, but still is gonna find the kill. I don't know, nothing to say.
All right.
Nice timing there by Nightfall. It's not super easy to catch a puck like that with Malefice, but he cast it at the right opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. EG going high ground, probably not that. It's probably not that easy, right? It's Frost Shield, the Doom lurking in the back.
Do have Aegis still, but that Doom is going to be, I think, perhaps the big boogeyman right now for EG to face, especially with Ember Spirit on the high ground, right? That BKB not going to do much against the Doom. Well, that Lotus is going to be a prerequisite here for him to be standing on high ground with any degree of confidence.
Yeah.
Ame doing his best here on the enemy jungle, has picked up now the Mage Slayer. A little bit of more stats for him, and some magic resist. So I'll be happy to have this, just any little bit of additional agi or stats or survivability for him at this stage to just drag these fights out a bit longer. LGD, they've done well to stem the losses, to stem the hemorrhaging really, and they've kept the net worth lead mostly stable for the past couple of minutes. There's still a long road ahead of them for a full comeback.
For sure. But at this, like 10 minutes ago, it was looking way worse.
Definitely.
That's for sure. Okay, they're trying to set up some Chrono player. That's kind of hard, but...
The trees, there he goes, on in, and the Shadow
That's
Dance is
fast.
used. Nicely done there from Ame, but there's absolutely no reinforcements for him here. Can he make it out alive? No, he can't even, he doesn't even get to turn around.
And they're killing mid too. Sink you down.
Lucky there. The bashes, maybe. There was a hope. Maybe there's a universe, right, where he gets to pounce away, but not in this one.
Yeah. Oh, those are... This is very well played by EG. Just using their cooldowns for something. Like big kills like Slark.
Yeah, and it just, when you're in this advantage, you don't need to win this big, ginormous 5v5. It's just about securing the kills and stopping these heroes from cutting lanes. As the Invis run into the bottle of Abed. Oh, okay, but the Doom actually to turn on to him, and now try and using that Invis now, Abed. Down he goes. Mid lane, though, they are diving into the base, where why?
Yeah, RTC got killed.
Yeah.
Solo killed by the Lich.
He did go down. Very good point. And nothing to say, maybe bolstered by this. Jumping on a Nightfall. He knows that there's no black hole. Oh, but the bash is out from RTZ on the Faith Beyond. The BKB comes out. Crit chasing for more as well
But
as
they're
RTZ.
respawning, though.
Okay,
LGD
he's
are
going to time
respawning.
walk on back, but Nightfall is in a bit of trouble here. Nothing to say. Giving chase. RTZ now on top of him. In goes Sin-Q with his own BKB. And now with the Pulverize has a kill. But the
Here's
bashes are relentless from RTZ. Eventually forced to back up as another coil onto Fly. RTZ continuing to fight, but Ame is actually alive here and out fighting him. RTZ not super comfortable here. No BKB, only has a Mjolnir active to use now, but with plenty of time walks away. Is still being chased by LGD. Ooh. Another pounce doesn't latch, and that's going to be RTZ with one last time walk. Crit, perhaps not as lucky. His BKB on cooldown. No, gets a rebound target away, and RTZ thinking about turning. Did get 3 stacks of time dilation. There's a silence, but that's not going to stop the bashes. But Faith Beyond there to support him as well with the hoof stomp. Ame going in, does miss on the pounce. No, he didn't actually. He's still leashed up, but crit on the damage. They're trying to turn this, and EG, they're reviving. Down goes Ame. They've overstayed their welcome a bit. Sin-Q desperately tries for the kill and doesn't get it. Abed saves his life.
Oh, that's so close for LGD to like start their comeback right there. It's just so close. I wonder, because he TP'd out of base, right, with Ame. If he could have picked up the Ag Shard, it would have made him a bit more brave there. Yeah. It would have been very useful, but he wants that Basher, so fair enough.
Great plays, though, from LGD. I mean, you have to respect it as well. Just, diving, unfortunately, beyond their reach at that stage, right? EG respawning and keen to punish, of course, how aggressive they were being, but absolutely, I respect the plays there. They looked to be like the right ones at the time.
No, you have to say too, like how this game started off. Like LGD are not, they're not making it easy for them.
No, not at all. And there is that problem with high ground, right? So they did lose Aegis solo there on high ground between that Ice Spire and Chain Frost, as we're going to take a replay here about how close Arteezy actually was to death.
Yeah, so the first pounce misses and he uses his second pounce.
Ah, thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, and I mean, if he hits the first pounce, it's honestly probably dead.
Yeah.
It's not that easy of a pounce to hit, but you do wish you hit those.
Yeah, now that was close for Arteezy. I wasn't quite clicking on the hero, so I didn't quite catch that in time, but yeah, certainly a woulda, shoulda, coulda moments there.
Yeah.
But ultis are back now for LGD. Ultis are up now for EG, but they're feeling all of a sudden what was a 7k net worth lead 10 minutes in. Feels amazing. 7k net worth lead at 20 minutes in. We're still in control of the game. The 7k net worth lead now 6k at 30 minutes in Pi. Doesn't feel nearly as good.
No, for sure. I mean, the thing is, that's the nasty part about EG's lineup though. They still have this Chrono Black Hole. So like when you win 3 lanes and you have Chrono Black Hole, even in these like slight comeback situations, you're not feeling that bad. Like you know you have this backup, and you're all farming too, right? So
right. Yeah, I suppose right. That's fair to point out. They've been, I don't want to say reserving these ultis basically for solo kills, but they've been a little bit flippant with their use, right? Oh,
Yeah.
whatever. I can just use it because I can still just time walk in and bash them and kill them. They can't kill me.
Yeah.
But now it does feel like, okay, now I actually have to utilize my Chronosphere in a proper team fight. Use Black Hole maybe to counter initiate, something like this, right? Of the sort.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, where things are still scary for LGD, but I have to commend them. 5K, I mean, I didn't see much of a way back in this game for them. Heck, 15 minutes into the game. Here we are.
No, for sure. No, it was that they had that one fight around the shrine, which turned around a lot of things.
That's right. Yeah. Their first 4 kills. From there,
Yeah.
they figured out, oh yes, it's a way to do it. But now things may be looking a bit more difficult for them. It's EG, it's Arteezy with the DD in the bottle. Abed's going to go ahead and lend him that. Abed now as well with the Lincoln Sphere.
They're going.
And they are going to make the jump. There's going to be the Doom as well. The Hope Stomp perfectly had to do it from Faith Beyond, and 2 heroes just deleted. LGD, the perfect initiation for them. Maybe even Abed now with a basher. Ame, he's got him leashed the once. Ooh, he can't quite leash him a second time, but that's where Nothing to Say comes in. Does force Abed to TP away. Crit as well, retreating under the cover of a BKB. Might not be too safe here. LGD might look for more. The second time they go diving beyond tier 1 towers, beyond tier 2 towers. How far will they go? Not this deep. Okay.
They give up there. All right. Roche potentially up in 15 seconds here.
That has got to be the dream catch. We talked about how EG still have these big ultis to count on. Not if you're getting caught by a 2-man war stomp out from Faith Beyond. What
Yeah.
a play.
No, that was a really nice smoke by them. You also have to say that EG are a bit careless there. They haven't seen anyone on the map except the puck split pushing for a while. But overall, just a great play by LGD, how they smoked and set up there.
Absolutely. No hesitation there from Faith Beyond. Just makes the move. Great job as well from Nothing to Say. And the fortitude here. LGD showing a lot of fight in game number 2 in a series where they were stomped pretty hard in game 1. In a series where game 2 was looking way worse than game 1 was.
Yeah.
Here we are on the verge of a comeback, and I think for the first time this entire game, about to equalize in terms of net worth.
Yep. Very impressive. And I think, yeah, now they want to wait a bit. Obviously, never know, right? Roche can be spawning any second, but they need their Doom. So they have to wait for that.
This will be 30 seconds. I mean, LGD, of course, they're not so scared that they're hiding in their fountain, but, you know, they'll regen up and stay safe back here. BKB is ready to go. Faith Beyond as well. He's got the quickening charm in his clutches just to make sure that he gets these abilities off cooldown even a little bit so much faster. Might make a big difference here. Roche up in 7 seconds. And I think LGD, they might get a go at really contesting this.
I think so. They have everything, right? Doom is coming up now. They're actually looking for Arteezy here. He's desperately trying to finish his Lincolns.
He's got Basher. Okay, but he's not going to be so YOLO. There's a bunch of enemy heroes missing on the map.
Yeah, but see, he knows there's no vision here, right? With his ultimate.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Slark able to be a little bit more of a hunter, opportunistic, but still wants to be playing it cool, right? So they already went diving, maybe somewhat recklessly once past tier 2s. Maybe, right? I'd say that was completely justified, but I do think it's enough to give them pause on making some solo plays like that.
Okay, the Roche is going down now. I mean, LGD don't know anything, right? They know it can be up, that's it. But they're gonna be too late for this.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, are they really scared of this Aegis? The last time RTZ had Aegis, Y took it from him.
Yeah. I mean, the unfortunate part is you have Doom, right?
Yeah.
And his biggest counter is Aegis. So it's quite unfortunate that they don't get to have this fight here.
I believe Abed as well. He is holding on to the Axe Blessing from Rouge, but Ame, eager to fight, does find a bash there, starting to really get these Essence shifts up. In fact, ups the Shadow Dance as Abed uses the BKB, commits for that.
Yep. Oh, just a little poking. How much? Yeah, 13 stacks, 52 agility, not bad.
Found it all. He's really getting up there. He's climbing the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that simple for EG anymore, even with this Aegis to like force high ground or force a fight.
Of course. That net worth lead, of course, jumping back to 5K, favoring Evil Geniuses. The bounty, your net worth does increase if you actually consume this Axe Blessing. Abed hasn't done it yet, so he doesn't. You need to consume it. But I think the reason he's not is because it would increase the cost of his buyback. Oh, bottom though, Sin Q, trying to onslaught away. That was a mini black hole from Nightfall. He committed there. And Sin Q, he's going to be doomed. No, it's the self-doom on the new Faith Beyond Acceptor with the guitar. That's how metal he is. Doom's 2, but cannot save Sin Q. Trying to TP away, is not going to be able to do it. Doesn't last long enough. And Crit, despite being doomed, fights through it for the kill onto Faith Beyond.
Yeah, very, very optimistic play down there. Probably need your Slark to be making moves like this.
I did want to point out 2 Ag Scepters there revealed. The Doom Ags, as RTZ is giving chase here with Chronosphere, but can't quite catch this Slark with 2 pounce charges. But that was 2 Ag Scepters revealed, right? That was the Doom Ags, which allows you to cast it on yourself or allies, and gives that little really beautiful Doom AoE. Dooms anyone in there. But it also this Primal Beast Ags, which breaks and does decent damage, honestly, on those shockwaves, I guess you'd call them.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, it's I guess mostly for the damage. But
Yeah.
breaking enchanters, for example.
Oh,
they're going in.
Crit. Abed, I mean, okay, he's okay. RTZ even tanking a little bit there. That's a little dangerous there, just a bit. That's why trying his sneaky move yet again. He's gonna now
Nice
be
sniping couriers.
be a minute without it. Ame does get the 2 couriers. Oh, the onslaught canceled. Sin Q, no, he's got BKB in 2 seconds. Gets off at least his Ag Scepter, but Ty's not able to live too long. It's activation on the uproar, that one. Does break EJ a bit, but otherwise the push going unabated for the most part. Damage onto RTZ is significant. But yeah, there's Fly to top him back up. RTZ just poking in for some more vision.
So they have no black hole. Yeah, it's a little sloppy there. I feel like LGD can get better fights than that. I guess there's no Doom either, so that is a problem. And there's an Aegis with Chrono. No, I get it why they're a little careful. But it's very Sin Q probably like it's that feeling, right? When BKB has less than 10-second cooldown, you kind of believe that you have it up, right?
Yep.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, did get nerfed as well. I think for a lot of these veterans of the scene, you know, BKB cooldown had been pretty stagnant for I want to say it's the majority of what. A couple patches ago that got reduced, and maybe for supports who don't buy it every game, maybe still kind of internalizing that change, that extra 15 or 30 seconds that it got. But yeah, I think I count 2 Lincolns here, by the way, Pi, on the side of EG. Ember with 1, Abed's got 1, and Nightfall as well. And you can fully stack those Lincolns.
Yep.
So that's a powerful tool for an initiator.
No, for sure. I mean, this makes the game way harder for Doom here. I don't know. He cannot break it right now, right? No.
No, he can't. He doesn't. He hasn't grabbed a creep that allows him to break it. Again, he can self-doom himself.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
That's what he's going for. He's never gonna doom anyone anymore. He's just gonna be dooming himself.
He's gonna doom himself and blink in. I gotta be honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of this, but I mean, it looks really nice with the guitar immortal. So I can't blame him. Yeah, Nightfall, it did end up turning into one of those games where now 40 minutes in, now we're lead back up to 7K, but being a little bit more finely balanced than eyes. Ame Arteezy thought about Chrono, but of course, remember there's another one. Oh, but the shard! Oh, crit. He bought the shard, and that actually pushes Arteezy within range, and that's an easy kill for him in the Chronosphere. Ame thought he was safely away.
Yeah.
Not the case.
Wow, that's the only time I've ever seen Marcy shard do something. Usually you grief your teammate or you kill yourself.
Yep.
But that was beautiful.
That was amazing. Yeah, you can go ahead and auto-cast. So whenever our observers clicked on Marcy, if you see that little border outlined, it means that he's gonna shoot whoever his target is, right, instead of himself. And that ended up being the exact perfect usage of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess for crit, you know, it's not the most casual of pickups, but he's got BKB, he's got Basher. What else do you want on this hero?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not bad at all.
Okay.
I mean, it kind of makes sense for this game too, right? If the Doom self-dooms and he's like on top of a hero,
Yeah.
you just toss him out, right?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Arteezy then can time walk, get his HP back, and continue fighting. Something like that. Absolutely. Yeah, good call.
I mean, Puck is. I mean, they're all farmed though on LGD. So like these games with these type of heroes are never simple.
Oh.
Setting up for
fighting.
fight.
15 seconds until Ame's back, but nothing to say. He TPs into those trees. Has a Blink Dagger, of course, an Octarine Core now. Almost at Aeon Disc, actually. I think he's... What is that? That is Aeon Disc. But he doesn't have the components in his bag, does he? It looks like he's going for Overwhelming Blink first.
Yeah, I think he's still choosing.
Yeah, so he's at some point likely had the Soul Booster and the Vit Booster, sorry, the Energy Booster and the Vit Booster, but instead turned it into Octarine because he was like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Now, Overwhelming Blink. Well, that does leave him without buyback, but just by about 400 gold here, crucially. So
There's been this double damage rune on the bottom side here for almost 2 minutes now. No one's scouted it out yet. Yeah, I guess it'll just disappear. Gaben will take it back.
Gaben will take it back. Mr. Frog back into the vault of runes that could have affected a TI. This one, it was passed.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure EG, they have their bottom ward down there. I'm pretty sure they've seen everyone walk over here now, so they know that LGD have snuck down.
Faith Beyond as well, just pointing this one out in case it comes relevant later. He's camping this Tinker ward where the Dire Tier 2 bottom lane used to be. There he is, our little picture-in-picture. He's trying to be a little bit of a ninja here, cutting the waves, eating a creep here. Q, of course, coming in to support him as well. Just continuing to cut these waves now. Forcing EG, they'd rather not split here. It is looking a little scary, right, with a Doom that can Doom himself and get through your Blink-ins. Yeah, you'd rather not split. The pickoff lineup is maybe even favored if you end up doing that. You want to be able to use your team fight ultis, even now 2 of them, right? Arteezy with a Refresher Orb. You can no longer stack them, thankfully. That was the most recent change. You can no longer stack Refresher Orbs and Refresher Shards for 3 Chronos and stuff like that, but he does have 2 of them, and the VKBs, of course, and Refreshing Lincolns. That might be...
Yeah, and no longer, if you have it in your backpack, right, it no longer shortens the cooldown.
It no longer counts down, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe backpacks, you know, they double the cooldowns essentially, but basically people would use the refresher and then slot in a more efficient item for a fight, you know, or just have it in the backpack between the long late game fights. Arteezy, by the way, looking for a Chrono.
Ooh,
the
so
reaction
fast.
time from nothing to say. Not gonna let that one happen. Will Arteezy refresh and look for another one? Oh, he gets a bash. He's thinking about it. He's got the refresher up. He's letting him sit. Nothing to say. Once again here, does jaunt and blink away. Absolutely leading EG on a wild goose chase. Fly's gonna be the one to catch him. With the Scythe of Ice. In goes Arteezy. The bashes and the kill. Nothing to say. But here it comes. Faith Beyond. He's already self-doomed himself. And Ame's in on this. The black hole onto 2. And there's gonna be the save from crit. Arteezy needed to escape, but he's feared up in the chain. Frost is gonna put him down. Nothing to say. He's bombed back. And he's in this fight as Q pulverizing down onto Fly. The remnants of the Doom will condemn him. And EG, they lose 3, maybe even 4. As Faith Beyond setting up for this kill onto crit. Ame's in on top of him alongside Q. And EG are gonna get picked off as they chase and what seems to be nothing to say to the ends of the earth. What in the world?
Yeah, what is the buyback status here?
Not looking good for EG. Arteezy with buyback at 90 gold. Abed, though, is the only one that's really far off buyback alongside Nightfall, the black hole.
Yeah.
Not enough there to turn things here. And LGD immediately up to the high ground.
Do they get thrown there, or what are...
Evil geniuses. The Fortify's out here. They're going to nuke the wave. The fresh reinforcements now trickling in, which means back doors not going to be broken. No buyback here on Arteezy. There's no bounty runes either on the map. Y is in the Roche pit. He's pinging Notice Me. And LGD they are gonna back up, happy with the mid lane of Barracks, but EG breathing a sigh of relief that they are not gonna have a certain website updated today. Not yet.
Yeah. No, and I also forgot, with the new glyph change, right, I think it's too hard to go throne there. Because they get the second glyph after they kill that tower, right? So
Look at the
there was no way, right?
And
Ooh, look at this Shame Frost, beautiful.
And Crit almost saves him too, doesn't he? In that last team fight there, looking at that replay.
Oh yeah. No, but I think I almost wanna, after this I'm done, I wanna check the replay here. Because I'm wondering if he misclicked his rebound. Like I feel like he should throw him further away, but he was trying to be so fast that he just kind of just yoinked him a little bit. Yeah. Right?
It could have been. Yeah, maybe trying to be ultra efficient, right? Time walk back in. I'm not exactly sure, but it did seem like, Marcy should be able to rebound just that much further.
Yeah, because he was still stuck in the Doom, so he couldn't get anything on.
And that Doom AoE, I mean, it's fairly generous. I have to say, I thought this change to the Doom Axe was maybe not strong, but I'm having my mind changed on it. As we get through this game now, progressing well into what I think everyone would consider late game. 45 minutes in, refreshers abound. And I think a lesson learned there for Evil Geniuses. Have your buybacks in the green here. I'll bet only 300 gold away from it. Arteezy has quickly farmed up the sum of money he's needed, but it's left Nightfall without much farm for himself. He's still very shy of a buyback.
Yeah, but he does have every item he needs, It's just that LGD keep getting these beautiful initiations where they just get to blow everything they have. Because Nightfall has 2 black holes, I don't think he's gotten to use it a single time. And the same for Arteezy. He had a refresher Chronosphere there, but they just never get a chance to use their spells.
No chance. Yeah, he held on to it. I mean, he's got to be asking, well, what could have been, right? Remember when he was looking right into the eyes of the puck, found a bash, didn't want to refresh for that second chrono, right? What could have been? But
yeah, but the thing is, they did catch him, right? He just bought back. They got the Scythe of Device on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you have to give credit to LGD.
It's true. And a win condition somewhat neutralized, right? LGD, they play well, and they secure Aegis now, for nothing to say, and now they're going to smoke up. EG itching for a fight here. They're holding this ward cliff right now. Smoke is going to break onto 1, but the immediate Hex, Scythe device on a nothing to say. LGD waiting for the opportunity to counter initiate now as the onslaught's onto 3. In goes Nightfall now, but it's Arteezy with the chrono onto 2, and he's caught Ame, and he's got another chrono ready to go for Faith Beyond. He catches Abed in this one, but there's no follow-up damage. 3 buybacks out from LGD. What's left to fight with for EG? Not much, they decide. Trying to TP out. The break there is not going to cancel the TP, he'll fly, and it looks like Arteezy as well will make it out alive. Not as lucky though, perhaps, as Abed. Gets off his BKB, and he is going to TP away. Whew, that was close.
That's a huge fight for EG. They got every buyback, basically, I think.
Yeah. Just missing the one on the Lich, but all 2 cores buying back there. Whoa.
Yeah, that's when you catch the Slark in chrono, and he doesn't press ult in time.
Yeah.
He's just gonna die. And I like Nightfall, like he doesn't hesitate. He has black holes, a position for Primal Beast. Like, let's just use our spells, Like,
yeah, that Primal is,
what we got.
That Primal is certainly no joke, and they triple buybacks.
Oh, he's going
there.
top Faith Beyond.
Yeah, he
catches
is.
Arteezy.
And he has caught Arteezy, and Arteezy's muted. Oh, but he actually gets kind of pushed out. I think that was nothing to say. Zach accepted, but it's not going to matter much. They still have to kill onto Arteezy. He's going to have to buy back here. LGD needs to apply a little bit more pressure, and things looking real spicy now for EG. Everyone else with buyback, though, as there's going to be a Chain Frost. Why? Unfortunately, cannot get a kill there. He's also got buy, though.
Yeah, no, Ame got caught by a black hole in the mid lane.
Uh-oh.
They're still fighting.
They are still fighting. There's a buyback, but Abed can't be back in this one. Arteezy holding on his buyback, but Abed, he's being stunned up and killed. He has buyback. He's got remnants in the fight, and he's going to come back immediately in onto nothing to say.
BKB,
but he's been silenced, and no BKB. Sin-Q trampling around in the fight, chasing after Crit. In goes Abed now. A Hex out from Fly as Abed with the BKB active gets the die back onto Sin-Q. Faith Beyond as well in trouble. He's bought back earlier. Now he's died back.
Ooh,
nothing to say, holding
EG.
on to Aegis, but EG, they're making the call. There's blood in the water. They bought back on Arteezy. They bought back on Crit, and they're chasing down nothing to say. And the Hex, it's caught him yet again. But they don't have enough lockdown. He's out. He's away.
But they have the creep wave at least.
No buybacks
One creep wave here.
for LGD Pie.
Yeah, no, because nothing to say is cutting this wave here. So they have 1 creep wave they need to keep alive. Because I'm guessing they'll just go throne here, right? Yeah.
Looks like it. LGD Putting
Ooh,
the
he's going
wave
in
there.
for the
He's
creeps. Two more
almost
creeps.
nuked the wave, and the coil's going to connect
Scythe, though.
onto 3. Oh, but he's been caught. And a Hex. He has Aegis, though, but no buyback. This is almost truly it for LGD here. 2 seconds to respawn, but
Oh,
the Chrono
beautiful.
awaits him. Arteezy mercilessly makes the jump, and even though I think there was an Andis active in there, hold on. He's still alive. Can he get out? No. Crit times it perfectly.
No creeps though yet. They don't have any creeps. So backdoor's gonna kick in soon.
It will
But the
kick in.
creeps are coming though, so this might be it.
This could be it. EG, they started off this game, what, close to 18-0, I believe. 17-0 we got up to. That's no damage that tower's taking with Frost Shield. Creeps, though, are about to kick in this back door as Ame makes the jump in. Okay, that might be something onto Ortiz. The Chain Frost, but Knight falls in with the BKB, and he's caught Ame with this one. Arteezy back into the fight. Chain Frost bouncing around, but not doing enough. Ame throws his body on the line, trying to stop this game from ending, but EG, it's just a bit too much. Arteezy now with the Chrono in the fountain, and that's all 5 dead, and that's GG. Well played. Oh, that one was close. That one was close, Pi.
That was a nice game. From looking completely hopeless, LGD almost pull it back. But at the end, yeah, EG get it together. They finally start casting their spells. And yeah, in like buyback mayhem, they come out on top.
And some absolutely chaotic late game fights. LGD, definitely a tough loss to take there. A game that, by all means, 15 minutes in, was almost not even theirs to win, right? They get that close to taking it, go back for the Roche, get the Aegis there, nothing to say, and unfortunately are still just going to be that much outfought by Evil Geniuses, who will take the series 2-0.
Yeah, no, it almost feels worse because you kind of forget like what position you were in. Like you were what, down like 10k gold at 12 minutes? Like it was something absolutely terrible. And then you come back and you're actually ahead. Like not by a lot, but like you're looking pretty good. And then EG finally get it together and they finish you off in a 50-minute game. So does not feel very good.
No, yeah, especially as we continue LGD's story, you know, from their first group stage series, right? It's kind of, I think, taking that surprise loss to Hikori, a team I think not many people even knew all 5 players on, and fair play, right? For 2 of those players, it's their first LAN. LGD drawing the series against them. EG come out swinging, look like they're about to deliver the nastiest 1-2 punch I've ever seen in a group stage of TI, and we get this incredible game, only for them to just fall that short, just so close.
But EG, they should be ecstatic now. 4-0, right?
4-0.
Yeah, and I mean, except this game, very convincing, but it is LGD. Like you just give them a little bit, and they won't stop fighting.
It's got
They showed it here.
a terrifying reminder for EG, I'm sure, right? And that killed, you know, if they get Arteezy there, who knows what looks different there, right? So that dive on the first time where...
Yeah, but it's these type of fights, right? Like Faith Beyond, you have to be like you had so many beautiful initiations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think maybe you're right on that rebound as we were looking at that highlight, just not quite yoinked out far enough out of that Doom AoE.
Yeah.
He gets in the damage. This is 4 dead all of a sudden for EG, and things looking mighty rough. You can see that buyback from Nothing to Say, and then they're pushing high ground. They're taking barracks. Like you say, that glyph change certainly slows them down and does eventually get them to double back to take Aegis. Ooh, what a game.
Yeah. And then they take kind of a poor fight there where Puck baits his Aegis. But EG have this beautiful ward, right? So they see everything. And Arteezy finally gets to use his Chrono on Slark.
Absolutely.
And just kills him.
Well, yeah, our uses Chrono on Slark. Was this not when they got the black hole onto the Slark? Yeah.
That was later, after they all bought back.
Yeah.
I mean, no, this is, I don't know when this is.
Yeah,
but like, it started off with Slark dying to a Chrono, then he buys back, and then they kill Arteezy in the top lane, but at the same time they catch the black hole on Slark.
Yeah. That one was absolutely fun. So well played to Nightfall yet again. You know, he keeps getting his kinds of heroes. It's once again an Enigma not banned against him, and perhaps once again a game where it shows that maybe you should consider the ban against this kind of guy. The playmaking potential that Nightfall has doesn't just, you know, stop at the early game when you give him his Broodmothers, when you give him his Beastmasters, when he's pushing early, taking over the map, giving the boot right to the enemy safe laner and increasing your map space. It's also these late game plays that looks like he's capable of making. And that, I think, is kind of what makes an off laner truly terrifying, right? And kind of takes him to the next level even.
Enemy's middle tower has fallen.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, the biggest confidence, I mean, the best feeling, like when you're in a team for your offlaner, is that he has these heroes that you, like, he sees 3 or 4 of the enemy heroes and he requests a hero, that, and then he performs. Like, that's when you feel good. Like 33 from Tundra, for example, he has similar things. Like, if he asks for a Lycan, like, you pick him the Lycan and you feel good. And now, Nightfall is like similar with EG. Like, you give him a lot of like information and he gets to pick a hero that always performs.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard. This time, though, EG, their streak of having a hero each game in their first 3 games during the group stage where a hero does not die is going to be snapped. It was really genuinely looking that way for a while.
Yeah, like no kills.
We
no
even
deaths.
quipped that Abe got denied one, so that was maybe the only kill LGD we're going to get. One little chain feed and extends the game maybe about an extra 30 minutes or so. As we'll get our match MVP for crits. It's hard to say in this late game scenarios, but he's certainly played a wonderful role on the Marcy. Always does, right? On your Tusks, your Shakers, your Marcies. It's like just a hero whose toolkit is so easily integrated into this kind of play style for this kind of player.
No, for sure. I mean, and his highlight was the tossing the Faceless Void into the Slark,
Yes.
right? I don't know how much that mattered, but that was the coolest use of the shard I've seen so far.
I agree. And an absolutely barn burner of a game here between EG and LGD, I think, like we were all expecting. Of course, that's only one of 5 series that was running at the time. So to break down the other series and catch you guys up, do stay tuned. We're going to throw it on over to our amazing panel to get you up with all the other action that you may have missed.
EG 4 for 4 so far with this 2-0 against LGD. Oh my goodness, that game 2, whilst it wasn't clean, it was definitely very hyped. Liked seeing what both EG and LGD were bringing out there. But let's start with game number 1. Let's have a very quick discussion about it, especially in your eyes, Kezu.
Yeah, so starting with the draft, I think this is a very illegal last pick Enigma that EG got their hands on here. Yeah, very much so. If you look at LGD, their draft doesn't really deal with it at all. Also, the best carry in NA, he got his hands on Shadow Fiend, so that's good. So I have 2 clips in this game that I want to show you guys that had very, very, very high impact. The first one is going to include Arteezy on the Shadow Fiend. So the enemy team here, LGD, they're bringing all of their heroes into the top lane. So what EG are going to do, they're going to rotate out their SF. He's even going to join his team in the mid lane. And they're going to end up taking this mid tower, you know, kind of together. They also pressure Nothing to Say here quite a bit. As you can see, Abed comes over. They get the charge down. Bam, bam. They slam it into the ground. Primal Beast, very cool hero. Take the mid tower with a lot of heroes. Nightfall, he chills around. He farms the jungle. And then the next clip, which is basically just going to sum up the whole game, is going to be a clip in the enemy triangle, which we have here, where LGD kind of try to take like a last-ditch effort fight. They have a high ground ward, but as you can see, sure, they do kill Fly on this Ven, but continuing again, they have this Aegis. Arteezy is very strong. They already have auras for him. Nothing to Say. He kind of, you know, comes around, tries to get up an arena, but here's the Requiem. They can't really fight. They end up losing this fight, and then the whole game just kind of crumbles from there, and EG take it.
Yeah, pretty rough game, like for PSG LGD when you look at the Eyes of the Visage, for example. Pretty tough game to play when you're pre-level, like under level 12 in a game. I'm trying to get it right here. So in a game where like your opponent is ahead, you've got no lane pressure, you've got slow farm, you have to sacrifice your own farm efficiency for the other cores to catch up. So it was really rough watching it, like from where the Visage was going.
Yeah, this game 2 draft now popping up here, Fear. So let's run through this back and forth game where EG were looking good, LGD sort of bring it back, EG close it out.
I mean, what do you know? Nightfall again with the Enigma.
Hey.
Counter pick the
Beautiful.
Slark. It's not a good matchup against the Enigma. The Lich isn't so great either. And like, EG dominating this game from the beginning. They were completely dominating. Then a couple good team fights with the Doom. They caught the Faceless Void. The one clip in the middle where they ended up getting is the Void and the Enigma at the same time.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive, but you know, you're playing versus Enigma, you're playing versus Faceless Void with fresh orbs. At some point, they're going to take the late game. Really back and forth game, but EG take it in the end.
Yeah, EG looking really good. I know you kind of made a little bit of a joke, but you're a big believer in EG for this TI fear. I'll go some...
That wasn't a joke.
That wasn't a joke. I said you made an NA joke earlier. Okay, there's a difference, slight difference. I'm going to come back to this, though, because I do have some questions about how it's looking for Group A when we do circle around. We want to look at Group B, though. There were some series, some games going on that weren't finished last time we were on this panel. Let's quickly jump to this Fnatic and Spirit 1 Kezu, and you can run me through it.
Yeah, so basically we have a couple of clips coming here. First one, I just want to highlight a few very cool plays in this game. You have DJ coming around with the Avalanche, they drop the coil. Then you have the toss out of the coil, they do kill Yatoro, and as you can see, the game is pretty even. So not only do they kill Yatoro with very nice spell combination, they also end up finishing Collapse here. And then slowly you can see that they're like, okay, so from here on, we can go Roche. And this is the first time that Fnatic really take like the first lead in this game. Now we have a second clip in the Dire Triangle, with the game still very even, and I want you all to put your eyes on Collapse, the brown dot on the minimap. So look at him on the left side, he's waiting, he gets the arena off, double spear, but look at Team Spirit. This is already a win for them. Tombstone dropped, Exorcism used, Meta used, now they all just disengage, this is a win for them. And another really high-level play. Team Spirit, they're down 20,000 gold, their Mars is back. Look at how they defend this base. They jumped at TB very casually with some spells. They use a buyback on Collapse, and important to note, Collapse has Hex. He Raven respawns on TB, he gets Hexed, Requiem, lifted, Arena speared, and even though they're down 20,000 gold, because they know how to use their heroes, their items, their spells, bam, they hold.
That's it. All done and dusted.
Yeah.
Talon and TSM also very quickly feel the game 2 there. We don't have to draft the show, but just a very quick summation for you on how that played out.
Well, Tomato on his Morphling got really, really farmed. They tried to do the carry Lina to end up stopping it. It was laying versus Death Prophet. I was very hopeful for it, but at this point, I've seen it enough. It's not working. But Tomato pretty much just put his team on his back. The game always #1 in net worth from start to finish, just having an amazing performance on his Morphling that game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring out when we do have Group B versing off against each other again. But let's round out what we're seeing at the current moment in Group A, the best of 2s that are happening. That Liquid Sonics 1T Panda having a little bit of an interesting play out.
Yeah, this first game was actually a pretty interesting roll because when you look at drafts and in general, you're like, all right, well, Liquid's been on a good roll. They've learned how this Morphling works out. Should be an easy win, right? I mean, Sonics coming out from a loss earlier on, and this again comes back to our segment from earlier on where the talks from the start, you got to get focused on your next series. God damn, did Sonics pull off a show against that Team Liquid game. It actually ended.
Oh, did it?
And Sonics actually took game 1 against Liquid, and it was pretty one-sided in the
There
end.
you go. Yeah, we were here
Slow, but
on the
one-sided.
panel. We were on the panel, so we actually didn't see it all play out. Your laptop could have the opportunity to watch it. C, though, I know did finish before we came here live. That was the Hikari vs. Boom one, and the Boom draft looking really nice in favor for Boom. Sort of the style that SEA likes to play. I know FBZ got his Mars. They also had a Tusk 4 there to really help DP mid. I think there was an Essence Kezu where it felt like maybe Hikari could have done something.
I mean, they had a pretty good draft, and I think they started pretty well in the game. But then when you pair it up against Boom heroes who are very fast, they can take objectives with their TA, they just kind of got the ball rolling, and Hikari ran into some damage issues, which can happen when you have like the single core who's playing into like anti-teamfight heroes.
Yeah. All right, well, OGGG as well. If we do have the draft, I believe, Fear, you're going to have a look at that one. We don't have it, so don't worry.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Do you even remember what the draft was off the top of your head?
Too many games like
A lot of
draft right now.
All right, well, hopefully instead we can bring up the standings. Nope, the RNG Bet Boom draft we do have.
Oh, yeah.
This is their game 1. So Fear, instead you can theorycraft this one as we didn't personally get to see it play out.
Right, everyone was laughing at me in the last chance qualifier about the carry bat. I
No,
made a
we
comment.
didn't. No, we didn't.
Maybe not you guys, but maybe
Everyone else.
Everyone else. But the Hawk playing carry bat rider in this game was very interesting. It does make sense because Laurel is playing the true carry as the sniper in the mid lane. And the Hawk, we all know he's not a man that is afraid to pick like an off laner as a carry and just play tempo. And I really did enjoy like this type of stuff.
Kind of like the Matumba man of old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you will.
For yourself, Kezu, was there anything else interesting about that Bet Boom, or are you more focused on the standings here as we see all of Group B being 1-1?
I mean, the first thing I want to point out is EG at the top of the group. 4-0.
Yep.
My main man, Arteezy, Nightfall, missing Black Hole, still top of the group. You know, they can show, you can make some mistakes. It's still good enough for you to, you know, like, pull your stuff out, win, doesn't matter. So they're looking great.
I just want to point out all the Gs at the top of the group.
True.
Oh, EG, OG, then GG, and RNG, except for LGD.
But B only has first place teams.
Everyone's
Everyone's a
done.
winner.
Everyone's winning and everyone's losing.
Everyone's happy.
It's Schrodinger's cat. They both win and lose all at the same time. Do you expect there to be a clearer difference in Group B when we do jump into our iteration of their best of two to come?
Would it be too wild to say maybe no? Maybe we get another 1-1 round?
Tomorrow, we will have
Tomorrow
a bigger
we'll have-
discrepancy.
Tomorrow, you
Tomorrow
reckon
we
it's going to
will.
happen.
Yes.
Probably not this best of two iteration.
Yeah.
Okay, alrighty. Well, you know, we'll see if it's going to happen now. We'll see if it's going to happen tomorrow. Either way, we do have our fourth series of the day, and our casters Moxie and Waga to walk you through it.
Thank you so much, Nat T. Oh my goodness, it has been quite the day of Dota. We still have so much more to come. It's about 5 a.m. if you're over here on the East Coast here in NA. I'm sure that everyone's been watching though and been very excited. So those who are just joining us, welcome. For those of you who have been staying up, whether it's the morning, afternoon, night, you know, we're really glad that you're here. Waga, I know that Entity is very close to your heart and you're very hyped for this.
Yeah, I'm just a mild Entity fan. I mean, I used to be on the same team with Stormstormer for a long time and know him going back. Also, I think they're just a fun team to follow because they play in a pretty creative way and have done throughout the DPC. But I'm also a major fan of Team Spirit, and we just cast one of their matchups here right before they went into this. Of course, playing, we saw it in some of the highlights there even, as they played up against Fnatic.
There's your boy right there, Stormer. This has been a very interesting team. A lot of these guys started off on the team Creep Wave a while back. This includes some of the other players that are in this DPC. And they kind of started off as, I kind of say, I don't think they're a dark horse anymore, because I think they've got a lot of high expectations for them to perform, but they definitely have grown over the course of the DPC for a lot of people, and they are one of the teams that I think a lot of people are really rooting for. I know Sheep also mentioned that in her interview recently, that she's thinking that Entity is looking real hot, and lots of people jumping on board this train.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, they've become more and more a team that people want to keep an eye on because they're performing so well later throughout the season. Because early on, we did see them struggle a bit in DPC in the first tour, but they've just been, you know, peaking and playing better and better. And I think they're at their highest right now. But a team that peaked at the right time as well are their opponents in Team Spirit. Last year, I mean, these are the TI international defenders, right? They are the champions.
Potential. People I don't think ranked highly at all at the time. So it's a very interesting time to be a Dota fan and
Beastmaster, but other than that, both teams prioritizing more skirmish.
Oshka sitting very low during all of this. Will just probably back off, heal up, and rejoin the lane with all of that HP missing.
Yeah, I mean, she's a fast hero. She can run back to base and it's gonna be completely fine. Bottom lane, we saw Pure do a little hook as well on Beastmaster just to damage him. Mid block is even. Both of them start in the center of the river.
And I'm curious too here in this top lane. With Kata Omi, just seeing the way that they play this. Mira having to be careful though. Again, this is not a particularly strong laner. Nyx Assassin does tend to have some issues. It is usually a bit stronger when it's paired with something ranged, so having